Frostfire Mind is offered for 1 day the week of SVS. There are multiple times that you can play, but it's only for that 24-hour period. After that 24-hour period, you can no longer participate in Frostfire Mind. So it is important, if you want to play, you go during that time period. This is a great place to get charm designs and charm guides, so I do recommend it. You will want to think about which time you go, because some of the times, like 2 UTC, so right after reset, pretty popular time. You also might want to consider using buffs. This will make you more competitive if you do have to fight for mines. Obviously, it's not going to help if you're fighting somebody who's much stronger than you, but if it's somebody with comparable power, if you having buffs might be the difference between you winning the battle. So these are the city buffs that I deployed when I went into the mines, but I also did deploy my pet buffs. Yep, there's my pet buffs. I deployed both in order to make myself more competitive with anybody else who's of comparable power to me. You don't have to. I would say go ahead and deploy pet buffs, but city buffs, those can be expensive because you often have to use gems if you haven't gotten some from Fortress Wind or other things. So the use of city buffs, I would recommend for low level to mid level players. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for free to play players, although it is a great way to get charms stuff. The next tip I'm going to give you is when the mine opens, don't go in immediately. They filled the battlefields. They put all of the people in the battlefield and they fill it up over 100 people. And once it's full, then they go to the next one. Later you wait, the more likely you are to be in a battlefield that is not as populated. A less crowded battlefield is exactly what you want to be in, because it means it's going to be less competitive. For instance, here I went in at 28 minutes. When you go in, it's going to put you on the edge near the level 1 mines. Level 1 mines are fine, but they will not maximize your calcium. I don't know how you say that word. I'm going to call it the rest of this video. So when you put you in, they're going to drop you on the edges. If you're a lower power player, I suggest staying there. But if you're less risk averse or a stronger player, you might want to move towards the center where there's level 2 and level 3 mines, which give you more ore. I'm going to call it ore because I can't say the big word. It comes out weird. When you find a place, you teleport there. You want to begin by killing the mine patrols. Kill as many mine patrols as you can. Killing the mine patrols will give you XP. So on the left-hand side, you can see there's a little helmet, and right below that, it looks like there's a little jar. That is your XP. And when you fill the jar, then you'll be able to activate a new skill. Every time you activate a new skill, this is the skill chart, then you are able to collect more ore. Now, for the average player, you want to do right, left, right. The bottom right skill, once you have activated it, once you've killed enough patrols, what you're going to do is you are going to pull your gatherers back to your city. You're going to activate the skill, and then you're going to send all your gatherers out in that first minute, because you have 1 minute to do this, and then you're going to pull them back in a minute. That will increase the ore that you gather. That can really make a difference in your overall score. The other thing that can really make a difference is a lot of people fail to loot. So you see those little hand pictures. Whenever somebody attacks a new mine that has a patrol still on it, you will have the opportunity to loot some of their ore. A lot of people just attack and leave because they're getting the points for the patrols, and that's fine for them, but don't neglect those, right? Make sure you're also looting as you go. And then of course you have the vein outbursts. 60 seconds before the vein outbursts start, you'll get a message saying like, It's going to start in 60 seconds. Pull back your gatherers so that you can send them out to the vein outbursts. I like to send them out to all 6 marches out. And then the last thing is going to be the middle. I know it's so tempting to go to the middle because it is really cool when you get in the middle. But frankly, it's also very difficult. And you are more likely to injure some of your heroes. If you injure your heroes, that's going to negatively impact your ability to gather the rest of the time. If you injure a hero either by going to the middle or by losing a battle because either you attacked somebody or they did, your heroes, you can see here, I have 3 heroes that are recovering. That's because I didn't realize somebody stronger than me was attacking me. They injured my heroes. So I didn't have these heroes for 5 minutes. It wasn't as impactful because this was my second squad. But you're going to send your first squad to the middle. You're not going to send one of your weak people to the middle. So it is definitely going to impact you. If you send your strongest squad to the middle, you don't get it, and then you can't use those heroes again for the last 5 minutes of the battle. That makes